Hello, I'm doing my project on the Dead Poets Society. The Dead Poets Society was released in 1989, starring Robin Williams. It's about when a new teacher comes to a buttoned up boarding school and the students are less than thrilled at first. But soon, teacher John Keating shows the boys a new realm of self expression through poetry. The main characters are Todd Anderson, Neil Perry, and Richard Cameron, and they find an old yearbook with Mr. Keating in it and discover he was part of the Dead Poets Society. And then they decide to start their own version of the Dead Poets Society. During these meetings, they read poetry and encourage each other to seize the day, as Mr. Keating advised them to, in their own ways. The first aspect in the movie that I evaluated was nonverbal communication. This is communication through means other than verbal language. Examples of this include body language, eye contact, personal space, physical appearance, facial expressions, and personal space. In the movie Dead Poets Society, nonverbal communication can be seen on the first day of class when John Keating stands on his desk and then he has each member of the class stand on his desk as well. This allows the boys to have a new perspective, both literally and figuratively. And by standing on the desk, he gives the boys a sense of confidence and puts a greater meaning in their words. The second concept that I looked at was self-esteem. Self-esteem is the individual's perspective of their own worth. And some examples of the difference between those with high self-esteem and low self-esteem are people with low self-esteem are more likely to disapprove of others, expect to be rejected, expect to perform poorly, and are easily influenced by others, whether it be negatively or positively, but it's often negative. Those with high self-esteem are more likely to approve of others, expect to be accepted, perform well in front of others, and they're able to defend themselves against negative comments, mostly because they know them not to be true, so they don't take them to heart. Examples of building self-esteem in Dead Poet Society are that John Keating, the teacher, is constantly trying to build the self-esteem of the boys in his class. With his unconventional teaching methods, he allows the boys to gain the confidence to speak and write successfully. One example of this is when he has the boys go outside and kick a soccer ball while reciting poetry. This allows them to really express themselves while speaking poetry, and it shows them how differences in speaking tone can change the meaning of the words. Another example is when Keating has Todd create a poem on the spot after he says he didn't write one as a sign for homework. And even though at first he doesn't want to do the poem and make it up on the spot in class, he coaches them through it and helps him. And eventually Todd is able to create something that he didn't know he had in him. So that really helped him. The third thing that I looked at was interpersonal conflicts. Conflict is defined as an expressed struggle between two people. And the following are some of the things that make up interpersonal conflicts. So first is expressed struggle. In order to be in a conflict, both parties must be aware there is an issue. So both people need to know that there is something wrong. Perceived incompatible goals, the belief that in order for one party to get what they want, the other will be at a loss. So this is like, you don't think there could be a win-win situation. It's only win-lose or lose-lose. The next is perceived scarce resources. This is when conflicts arise when people don't believe there is enough of something for everyone. So, like, if someone else has a higher paying job, then that could be a conflict because you don't believe that everyone can have a high paying job. Next would be interdependence. So, those are involved in conflicts with another are usually reliant on each other. So, if you were in a conflict with someone that you didn't have any dependence on, you would probably just leave the situation and avoid the conflict completely since you didn't need to. Interference from another party. This is when the conflict doesn't occur until there is an action to try to stop someone from reaching their goals. Some examples of interpersonal conflicts in the film are the conflict between Mr. Keating and the staff of Walton, the school. The staff and administration disagree with the teaching methods of Mr. Keating, and they try to stop him from teaching in his ways and stop using the strategies such as kicking the soccer ball outside and having them stand on tables. Another conflict is when Knox, a member of the Dead Poets Society, gets in a fight with the football player at a party. This is when he tries to kiss a girl that he's interested in who's nearly unconscious at the party. And then Chet, the boyfriend of the girl, comes up, approaches him, confronts him, and then punches him in the face. Another example is when Neil wants to act in the school play, but his father disapproves and wants him to go to medical school instead. And Neil avoids the conflict, acts in the school play against his father's wishes. And then when his father finds out on the night of the play, he pulls him out of Walton, planning to send him to military school. And the same night, Neil commits suicide. In summary, there are several examples of interpersonal communication, including nonverbal interpersonal conflicts and self-esteem. And the film overall provides a close examination of teenagers in their youth and how a teacher can provide a lasting impact.